This episode is powered by Thirdsy, your go-to for game-changing sleep recovery. Imagine hitting your workouts harder and waking up feeling unstoppable. That's what Thirdsy's PM Recovery Collagen does for me. It's like pre-workout, but for your sleep, fueling your body's active recovery processes without any melatonin or sedatives. Just one scoop before bed supports deeper, more restorative sleep so you can crush your fitness goals. Ready to experience the best rest and recovery? Visit Thirdsy.com and transform your nights into recovery power hours. Thirdsy, because sleep is the ultimate recovery tool. That's THIRDZY.com. Save 20% with code JASONZZZ. Let's get into the show. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Masters in Motion podcast. I'm Jason Grubb. I'm here with Rick Stevenson. We've got breaking news. We don't have breaking news, but we do know that the in-affiliate semifinal details have been released and invites have been sent. I got my invite. I'm sure you got your invite, Rick. And we have 4 of the 6 workouts for Del Mar semifinals released. We sure were hoping that by 5 o'clock Pacific time on Monday, when we're recording this, that we would have all 6 workouts released. So we'll keep refreshing our Instagram feed while we're talking, but it's not looking like we're going to get those workouts released. But we have all the details of at least the first 4 workouts, minus one little detail, which we'll get to. But Rick, first of all, how are you?
Very good. It's good to see you. Got my Cavs gear because we're recording and they are playing game 2 of the first round of the playoffs. So
okay, good.
We'll be done by halftime and I'll go right back to the game. No, everything's going well. Life's about to get a little bit busier. Same with.
Yeah, you've got traveling, you got graduations, you got things.
Yep. Pick up, drop off, graduation, and then I'll be back after Mother's Day, which is when semifinals ends, the in-person affiliate semifinals.
That's right.
And then I think summer can start, I hope.
Let's hope so. Well, I mean, summer is in season down here in Birmingham, Alabama. I got to tell you that the pollen is high. I had no idea how much pollen collects in a pool every day. The amount of when you have a pool on a house, it's really fun. The kids love it. I'm having a great time with it. But you become both a chemist and a pool guy. Like all I do, well, not all I do, but once a day I go out and just babysit this thing. You got to take care of the chemicals. Yeah. You got to get the skimmer. I've got a skimmer that's got a net in it that literally pulls all this pollen, comes out. Once a week, I change the filters and clean them out. And Rick, it is you either. I mean, we love it. And so, like we look out our back door, we love it. Next week, I'm releasing a YouTube video, like tour of the house. It's coming.
It's coming.
Yep.
That sounds like Amazon purchases off of YouTube or off Amazon purchases for the pool to a YouTube video coming your way. That is correct. What did I know? Yeah.
It is coming. The raw footage is done. I will release it next week. I'll probably edit it on the plane out to California. So I am heading to the semifinals at Del Mar, and I'll be traveling Wednesday, shakeout session Thursday, competing Friday through Monday. Do we want to talk about the semifinal workouts at Del Mar, the Mayhem Classic, or the in-affiliate semifinals? Details first. I'm going to let you pick our order today.
Let's go details for in-affiliate semifinals because those are the emails for people that are not traveling, which is probably the greater majority of those that are going to throw their hat into the ring that second weekend of May. That email was released.
Let's do it. Tell us all about it, Rick. You were telling me before the call, and I was like, let's just click record. I'm going to hear it first from you right now.
Let's just keep going. You got it. The typical email from Mr. Adrian Bosman came out, just gave a competition schedule, links to judging and video requirements, scoring, public review, but it's all summarized, 2 pages, really nice. You can begin to register today, the 20th, which is why the email came out. The workouts will be released on Monday, May 4th at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. All workout details released and an FAQ form sent out. Now, for those that tried to practice the quarterfinals early, you can do that. But the great part about this is the workouts will be password protected. So you cannot record an attempt without the password. And those are first day competition, Thursday.
Well, I love that. I actually really prefer this way of doing things. First, it gives the affiliates a chance to prep and set up, create heat times. I know for us, and again, if any of you Masters athletes need a place to do semifinals, you can come to Hoover, Alabama, just outside of Birmingham. Our gym, Boulder Athlete, is the affiliate. It's technically Pivot Fitness in Hoover. We hosted it last year, and I competed there because I needed to punch my ticket. We have Dave Hardy as our head judge last year. He's doing it again with us this year. We have a
Excellent.
number of athletes that are coming. A lot of them have their L1 and judges certification so
Correct.
that we can judge each other. But if you need a place, come do it. But this allows us to, in all affiliates, to set things up ahead of time, to plan, to organize. It gives you and I a chance to record and talk strategy, record a strategy video, of course, to share on YouTube. But it gives the breathing room. When they used to release these things on a Thursday, that was my like crunch time for, man, it was actually insane. It was one of the hardest days. And then I've got to go do semifinals the next day myself. I like this. I love the password. I love that people can kind of touch these things and get a feel for like, what's that going to feel like? Can I get a couple of rounds of this done? Can I practice transitions? Yeah, I'm a fan. What do you think? Do you like the quick
Yeah,
early release?
I do because hey, like probably you'll step into this where a lot of people put out preview videos or tips and
Yeah.
tricks.
Yep.
Especially for the bigger camps, the boulders and
Yeah.
some of the others.
All of them. I watch them. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I watch all of them too.
All too. Yeah, absolutely. And so that gives a few days. I believe the overarching rules are roughly the same as last year, where you got to have 2 registered judges, one head judge, one floor judge. Both of them have got to have a level 1 or higher and a current advanced judge's certificate, and you must do it at a good standing. So, along with a video.
Along with a
It
video.
must be
Video has to be
yes.
submitted with the score. Is that right?
Correct. Yes, with the score. There will be a place to include the link. If you are a veteran of the sport, this is nothing new. There will be the, make your YouTube link public. If you're uploading it to YouTube, make that public. Submit it with your score. Make sure it's validated. You're good to go. Put your best foot forward. Watch your video before you submit.
Best practices.
Probably there. Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's do a punch list. Yeah. Check your video. Make sure it's good. Make sure you have it uncut and
unedited.
And it's good. Like, I remember Rick, on the dumbbell snatch workout, box jump over, dumbbell leg. I had a soft elbow on my right arm. The angle of the video, and for whatever reason, my right arm was soft. If you're watching the video, I'm showing a soft right arm, not a locked.
Not a lockout.
I watched the video and I was like, my judge was very strict and very good. Dave Hardy watched the whole thing, and I went back and I took the video to Dave and I was like, Dave, what do you think about this? And he was like, I was like, you just making that sound means I got to redo this thing. I am not a guy that's going to let anything slide. So check your video, for goodness sakes. Also, in some countries, as long as you don't make the video public, you can have any music you want on.
And I
have not had this issue. Like, if I ever have, I always have like Tool playing in the background when I do these workouts. So if you listen to my workouts, if you train with me, you're going to become a Tool fan or hate life.
If you're going to Alabama, get ready for Tool.
Buckle up. Buckle up.
Okay.
It's just, hey, it's my way or the highway down here. But I would have Tool playing. And of course, if I make that public, that video often is copyright blocked. Literally, the sound will turn off, but you can still show the video, or the video will be blocked. But that's only if it's public. If it's private or unlisted, private, no one can see it. If it's unlisted, those rules are no big deal because it's unlisted. No one, it's not a public video. And worst case in those situations is that YouTube will just silence the video. So that brings us to checkpoint number 2. You're in front of the video. They're going to ask you to say the password, introduce your judge,
say it at the beginning.
Which workout. Go ahead and get a whiteboard and write on the whiteboard, event 1, Jason Grubb, Dave Hardy, head judge, Rick Stevenson, primary judge,
floor judge,
floor judge, and password is coffee, whatever the password is. Put that on a board. So even if there was no sound, you have that there. It's visual. It's just what you do. Make it easy for yourself.
Don't forget to show the measurements. Don't forget to show the weights. Do it before you begin. If you're squatting, and I was guilty of this in quarterfinals, try not to wear black, gray,
make
green,
it easy.
Blue, white, something. Make it easy. Make it clear. Because whereas we think a lot slid by in quarterfinals, probably they will be scrubbing it a lot harder because there are a fewer number of
Yeah.
spots this year across
Right.
all age groups.
And they learned last year that there was the workout is good, thumbs up, the thumbs down, or the up vote, the down vote. And now they corrected this after Masters last year. The down vote requires an explanation,
Good. Excellent.
right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
the down vote is Rick didn't squat deep enough because he's wearing brown, black pants. The squat depth is unclear. So we
Unclear.
don't want
Yeah.
any of that.
Can't see it.
That's it. We want to keep, you want to wear like skin colored spandex, Rick? Just make it super clear.
For those that are afraid of Rick wearing skin-colored spandex, good thing is I will not be doing these workouts, but I will come back and I will video review them all. I will watch everybody. So
Rick,
I'll be
we just
judging.
lost half of the fan base. Half of
I know.
people just clicked off.
Yeah.
No Rick in
All
skin colored
spandex.
spandex.
Three listeners.
Moving on.
turned
My
off.
wife will literally be listening to this, be like, guys, move on from
Yeah.
this. Okay. Any other details around that? When's the cutoff? Is it noon on Monday?
Noon
Or is
Pacific,
it more like
noon Pacific,
Okay.
3 p.m. Eastern, Monday,
Okay.
May 11th.
So
it's the very typical Thursday through Monday. It's the
That's it.
same amount of time that we had for quarterfinal.
Perfect. Not an ad, but I am taking my Kinian Move Plus that I had on my calf. I am taking it off and setting it. I've run 2 cycles, and now we can move on to the next topic, Rick.
You're good. All right.
Let's just quickly, because we talked about this before we clicked record. The Mayhem Classic was a really fun semifinal to watch from my perspective. They had fun events. It was really interesting. Gwen was probably, as Andrew Hiller would say, one of the best programmed events or semifinal events in a number
In
of
a
years.
long
It
time.
was really crazy to watch athletes have to think through a workout in the middle of a workout and then gamble
Yes.
on going on that set of 9, and then some of them losing that gamble. It was brutal to watch, fun to watch. I don't know. I actually looked forward to and waited until it was all done. Didn't open social media so I could actually see. I could watch it, then skip to the next event, skip
Right.
to the next event. So I
Yep.
saved them like we always used to do.
Yes. I watched it. I watched most of the events or highlights of most of the events that way, like final heat, that way that you just described. Gwen, I happened to be at home. It was raining, and I just was like, oh, I'm going to kill some time. I'm going to watch this. And what is annoying is waiting through all the dead air time. But to watch an event that is for time, and as the heats went on, the men had it figured out because the ladies went first. The men were actually taking a seat on their bar, waiting to start the next set of 12 or set of 9. You can see that take a break if you're running a clean ladder or a snatch ladder, and you must go every couple of minutes or something like that. But in an event that was for time, everybody taking a seat was just something different. It was just not expected. It was well done. It was dramatic. And there was such a difference between the winners of the heats and those that just said, a minute left, took their belt off, threw it on the ground, said, I'm done. I'm not even going to make another attempt. Yeah.
When was the last
very
time?
expensive reps.
Last time. We're trying to figure out how I want to craft this. I imagine that there was this conversation like, hey, let's program Gwen. And they're like, okay, Gwen, cool. Okay, wait. So athletes are going to be standing around, but there is a time cap, but they're still going to be just standing there. And I feel like it was a courageous choice to program that and know that they would have dead space happening right there on the screen, but somehow realize that was not going to be boring. It was more like this weird anticipation, right? I mean, I was on the edge of my seat, like, okay, who's going to go? Who's going? Oh my God, it's too soon. Olivia, it's too soon. I mean, I should never doubt her, but even Haley, I was like, watching the first rep of Haley Adams, you're like, oh no. Ooh, that first rep looks too hard. You're it's fun. It was fun to be a fan of the sport, watching an event for time. And like you said, people sitting down or just standing there. I mean, it was like watching golf and the WWF wrestling at the same time, right? You're like, this is awesomely interesting and incredibly aggressive once they picked up the barbell,
Correct.
So
I loved the events, 6 events spread out over, well, it was 3 days, but there was only one event the first day. Very classic programming. I hate to use that term, but when you just looked at the rep schemes and the down and back nature, they had a very, smaller, for those who have been to Mayhem before,
yeah,
it's large, but it's when you're trying to put a competition like that in place there, it does become a small field of play, and you saw that in with some of the smaller heats, so that smaller numbers of athletes per heat. So there was a down and back nature to a lot, and I just thought it was well done. I thought it was good for them to kick off the semifinal season with a strong event that was streamed, live streamed. Not every one of these will be, so we're trying to put a good foot forward. Now the thing is that's coming from a private organization like Mayhem and not CrossFit HQ. So a lot more to be figured out when HQ gets back involved.
absolutely. I'm just going to do a quick test here, Rick. You can still hear me okay? Yes?
Absolutely,
Okay.
100%.
I had to take my AirPods out. You went dark there, or you went silent.
Okay,
You're clear as day, but my AirPods just stopped working. So
no problem.
I'm going to see if I can put them in again really quick. And I think I've got you back.
We'll mark it at that time.
I do. We're good. Okay.
Okay,
That just happens. Like, I've got updates on the Legends Champion or the Legends Championship semifinal in Del Mar. Literally, people calling me on the phone because updates are happening in real time right now.
bingo.
So, with that said, let's wrap up. Wrap up Mayhem. It was fun, very cool, and
Well done.
well done. Really well done.
I just like, you can make the case that Rich is obviously along with Matt, the two goats of the sport on the men's side. But for Rich to say they landed, because if you read Gwen, going back to Gwen, if you read Gwen the way HQ wrote it up way back when, it's pick your weight. It is not.
Yes,
Yeah, it is not predetermined. They had to land on something that they felt would test both men and women. But to hear Rich say, yeah, I did it yesterday, but I only did it at 155, just to have a sense of how it was going to feel. When the GOAT has to say and take a step back, then these youngsters, and a lot of those men and women were young, as they should be that at that point in the competition.
very true.
It's well programmed.
Yep. Yep.
But good job by Mayhem. Semifinal in the book. 6 tickets punched, 3 men, 3 women, and now with only 30 spots on the line for men and women on the indie side this year, it's suddenly it gets a little tighter for those that are on the outside looking in.
Very tight. Okay.
We have
Let's
another event that was released here. I see why you're getting
did
phone calls.
was it released? You see it?
I see it.
Okay. I mean, this is live breaking news again.
No, you know what? They're teasing you. They're just putting it in space.
The guns. Did they really?
Oh yeah, yes they did. That's terrible. It says
I don't
final
even
workout. We'll get to that.
Oh, I saw that on Competition Corner. Yes,
Yeah,
Competition
I
Corner
Competition
does
Corner.
have a final workout main stage to be announced. So the question is, does that mean that there's only 5 workouts, Rick? They've got event one,
Ooh.
2, 3, 4, and final workout in Competition Corner. I would have thought we would see 6 events over 4 days.
Wait,
Over 3
is
days. I'm sorry, 3 days.
3 days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah.
So really only 5 events.
Ooh.
Maybe that's real.
Well, you'll know soon enough.
We'll know soon enough. But what we see in Competition Corner as of right now, Monday night, let's talk through these workouts. Event number 1, and what we're planning on doing, guys, is we're going to do a preview of what we know about Legends semifinals today. Next week, we will do a recap of Legends and a preview of Magic City, and then the next week, by the next week we'll have the workouts for an affiliate. So we'll recap Magic City. Rick, clear the schedule, bro, because
I know
we got work to do.
I know.
Okay,
I'm excited.
let's jump into workout 1. Do you want to share a little bit about workout 1?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Event 1. It is for time, and I believe it was a 22-minute cap. A bike to be released at athlete check-in. A certain amount of ski also to be released at athlete check-in. At 200 double unders with a beaded rope. And then by age group, it is your specific amount of double unders. So we'll just pick your age group. Instead of 200, 50 to 54 men and women each get 150 double unders. So you could understand where Indy starts at 200 and 70 plus gets 75 double unders with a beaded rope.
really just kind of graduates down. I'll tell you, I tested this. We can only gather what this workout might be based on the time cap of 22
Okay,
minutes.
correct.
Like
Right.
it's long. This is
What
not going to
makes
be as,
sense?
and they've got two pieces. They have really like a C2 bike, but it's the
Uh-huh.
stepper version.
Correct.
Stepper is a company that initially made stair steps. I actually have their stepper step machine, but they have a bike that is like a stationary bike, and they have a ski erg like thing, and they're fan driven. I've never used them, so I think there's a big mystery for all of us. Like, what does this thing feel like actually? And there's
Absolutely.
a good amount of us that are thinking the reason that they haven't released the distances on these is because they haven't tested this yet. They don't know
Oh,
what they're going to do on these distances. It's kind of like the sleds and the games. They didn't know the weight of the sled until they get the sled on the field and feel how it moves. I have the feeling that that's probably not how it went, but it could be how what's going on. They're going to wait till it's set up and they actually test these things.
right.
But what we assumed and what I tested was a 5K bike. I went 1.5K ski, and I think that took me 17 and a half minutes or so. And then I did 200 uh, beaded double
Doing
unders
double.
after that and got in just under the time cap of 22 minutes. But I got to tell you, Rick, the beaded double unders was the most frustrating thing I've done in a
Absolutely.
while.
That will
I was
probably
like,
be what gets everybody.
I was like, this won't be that bad. I warmed up with like 5 of them, and then I was like, I'll just do it once I get there. It'll be fine. And I think in that practice round, I think my biggest set was like 13.
Ooh,
I
that's a
was
lot of stopping and
I did like
starting.
5 to start, and I was like, "Oh my god, what is happening?" The ski erg uh, fatigued my lats, my triceps a bit, and not my grip. My grip is fine, but I just felt fatigue. And I wasn't overly pushing, but I was in zone 3, zone 4. I was going kind of competition pace. I got to the double under and I did like 5. I was like, "Oh my god." And then I was like, "Okay, let's just reset." I did like 6. Like, oh, my heart rate is spiking every time I do this. Then
Yep.
I did like 7. And now I'm worried, I'm frustrated, I'm panicking, and the guy testing it with me, he's got a heavy rope, so he's just heavy rope going. He's doing like sets of 30, 40 and killing it. And he's also 25, but
Yeah.
so yeah, the warrant. So I just see they actually just they release the actual amount of double unders and what that looks like. So it looks like I'll have 150. Age groups below me have 200. Above me, 60 plus has 100. 70 plus 75. So a little less speeded double unders. That's great. So we don't hit the time cap, but that tells me that this bike and ski is going to take like 18, 19 minutes.
And then
This is a good amount of bike and ski before you get to these double unders, and they're tough. They're really, really tough. So
for the indies to make the numbers look right, because I have that, you
six
want to
four,
make a look workout
I think.
four 432.
Oh my god, 3K ski would be so
3K
gross.
ski could be what? Upwards of that's what I'm trying to think. 13.
Well, if you're using a
That's still a little too
C2, a
long.
3K ski is
It's a
going to
little
be
too long.
like 10 minutes. A 2K ski sub 7 is hard work, really hard work.
Right. You're not going to go that pace when you know you've
Oh,
got
I mean,
that
even like
much.
11 minutes, 12 minutes for a
Yeah.
3K.
Yeah. That's probably
But
too
then the
much.
bike, maybe too much. But 432 does.
It
I mean,
looks
if the
right, but
elites, it looks right, and if the elites ended up having like 2 minutes for dubs, I mean, they would get it done. They're probably going to go unbroken, but um, it's this is spicy. It's long, so I appreciate
you need,
its length. I would rather run up and down stairs at a stadium because I know what that feels like. I mean, I don't, but I can imagine. Being on a machine that I don't know creates some anxiety, but that's okay. It's the known and the
yeah,
unknowable. What
you're right.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying what I don't know what it's going to feel like. So whatever it feels like is what it will feel like, and we'll just do that.
That is the only way they could surprise all the competitors is introduce
Oh
a machine that probably everyone has not touched.
no,
Yeah,
and I
there's your long event. They can't
as your
probably
long event
take you out and run you if you know the layout of the fairgrounds. It's probably best to just keep everybody in there, no marking courses, but here's your long event.
event 2.
Sure, go for it. Let's hear what
30
you have.
chest to bar pull-ups. Well, here's the elite version. 30
Yep.
chest to bar pull-ups, 30 sandbag cleans, 30 chest to bar pull-ups. Time cap is 6 minutes. It's a very, very tight time cap, Rick.
Hmm.
So I tested this with 30. Well, actually, let me finish talking about it. 30, 30, 30 at 150 got for guys, 100 for ladies is the sandbag weight. 35, 39 has that same weight. 40 to 44 goes to 40 to 54. Actually, love that I'm still in that group. 20 chest to bar, 25 sandbag, 20 chest to bar. 55 to 64, 20
64.
pull-ups, 25 sandbag cleans with the 100/50 to 20, 20, 25, 20. And then 65 and above has 20, 20, 10, 10. So it's just kind of fun. So I get 20 pull-ups, 20 sandbag cleans, 10 pull-ups, 10 chest to bar. And I stand corrected, 55 to 64 has 20 pull-ups to start, 20 chest to bar to finish. So
Right.
kind of fun
Interesting.
scaling there.
Yeah.
I thought that they would probably go, I mean, just out of sheer like balance, I don't know why 40 to 54 isn't just doing 25, 25, 25, just to keep it really clean. Like five
Yes.
extra pull-ups is like 4 seconds of time on
Compared.
either side.
Yeah. Yep.
This is not, this is a sandbag workout. It's
At 100.
100% sandbag workout. And I know athletes that may go touch and go on this to a degree of awfulness. Like Tim Sanchez, who is not competing at Del Mar, he is the sandbag touch and go specialist for masters athletes. Yeah, I've seen him go like 14 unbroken, which is insane. I will say this out loud. I'm not going to be revealing anything crazy here. I am not going 14 unbroken.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not even sure, guys. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I think fast singles, but boy, this is an interesting
That eats up a lot
development.
of time.
It eats up a lot of time. It's super hinge heavy, right? This is heavy. I mean, this is more of a weightlifting event. This is not like this has
Mhm.
gymnastics, but it's really a weightlifting event. If I'm thinking about moving an odd object weightlifting event, when we get into workouts 3 and 4, we have some really heavy stuff there too. So it's just interesting to note. Again, whatever comes, this is what we're doing.
Mhm.
It's fine. But Rick, you headed out there. You would be doing 25, 150-pound sandbag cleans. If you were competing out there, how would you go after this thing?
Singles for me.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
Um,
Singles on the pull-ups, maybe even too. I'm just kidding.
yeah. No, no,
But breaking up the pull-ups wouldn't be the
no.
dumbest
Breaking.
thing. I mean, I know you could go unbroken, but does it make sense to jack your heart rate?
No, no,
Right.
not for me. But
Yeah.
look, I know you're trying to win. I would be trying to win too, but there's a level of there's a difference here in the type of athletes that we are. But just looking at that sandbag number right there, I mean, with a 6 minute cap, even doing singles, 25 cleans, you know, and a no rep is costly. So take your
Mm,
time on the
mhm.
shoulder, extend the arm, wait for that judge to give you that signal. Or if you drop it and you have a judge that is too quick, you could be ending up doing another extra rep. If you remember at MFC this year, they had a maybe 20 to finish or something
Yeah,
like that. And that's where I
yeah,
did see Tim Sanchez
yeah. He just,
go crazy.
yep,
That 20, I think the number was 20. That chewed up yeah, it was at the end of the workout as well for
huge amount
them.
of time though. No, you're
Huge
on.
amount of time.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, there will be some folks getting capped on this one,
There's going to
and
be a lot of folks getting capped.
it's not because they don't have the capacity to do 20 chest to bar at the end, for example, in your age group for
No,
those middle three age groups. It's just that they're going to run out of time.
yeah, this is a really tight time cap. If you add 2 minutes to this, which they can't, I don't think logistically do that. 2 minutes makes this much more finishable. If there's anything that Legends does, is they are huge fans of tight time caps. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
this is
yes, yeah, yeah,
this is the nature of the beast. Now, on the other hand, I mean, there's going to be a lot of 40-year-olds to finish it, a good amount of 45-year-olds to finish it, and I'm going to finish this come hell or high water. Um, but I think
oh,
I'm just going to say, I mean, I don't care if my competitors listen. I think it's sandbag singles. I am not. I just don't think if there's a lot of efficiency in touch and going those sandbags without just absolutely blowing yourself up. Unless you are like one of the weightlifters that can clean and jerk 365, it's not a big deal. That's just that's what I'm thinking. That's event 2. Event 3, Rick, you want to
sure,
take it?
sure. We have 6 rounds for time, and what I don't have on competition corner is it is 12-minute cap. Okay, 6 rounds for time, 12-minute cap, 9 deadlifts, 6 power cleans, and 3 shoulder to overhead. The Elites will get a 225 bar and a 155 bar for the ladies. And then the way to scaled on down, we'll select Jason's age group here. It'll be a 185 bar for the men and 135 for the ladies, all the way down to 70 plus, 95 and 65. It, 185 bar to me sounds like a pretty decent test. Has shades of DT, only not being a hang clean. But the power cleans, okay, gives your, if you're down to singles or maybe a double in the later rounds because your grip's blowing up, where we heard that before, or you're really running redlining, I should say. That's what I was looking
Yeah.
for. You're redlining.
Yep.
That's where I think the to be able to do power cleans, touch and go, or I mean even singles there helps. But shouldered overhead,
Yes.
there's going to be some spectacular. Try to lock that out at the very end, maybe rounds 5 and 6. Buckle up. It's going to be a show.
Yeah, I tested 4 rounds of this one today, Rick. Just wanted to feel I wanted to get deep enough to feel the fatigue, but I didn't need to finish. I don't need to go all the way through. And I found it to be I rarely have things that fatigue my back. Like I would even say like the deadlift workout at quarterfinals, like I wasn't fatigued in my back. My glutes were lit, my legs were lit, but my back wasn't. The power clean workout from semifinals last year where we had ascending power cleans and muscle ups, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, all the way up. Lots of power cleans there. Back was not too fiery. After 4 rounds of this, as I was working my way through round 2, 3, and 4, it was the deadlifts. I was like, okay, did those. I started to power cleans. Like, man, these power cleans are actually pretty challenging given the deadlift fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a pattern that we've seen from Legends before at the Legends Championship in 2024. 2024. They had a clean complex that was something like 5 deadlifts, 3 cleans, and 2 jerks or something. It was something like that. But it's interesting idea that
Right.
that the deadlifts into the cleans. On this, we've got 15 lifts off the floor per round at 185. So imagine if
6
you were
rounds.
only doing
Yeah.
6 rounds. Oh, 6 rounds. That's
Ugh.
right. 6
Yeah.
rounds.
Yeah.
So
6
imagine if you
rounds.
were
That's
only
15.
doing deadlifts. This would be 75 deadlifts at 185. But it's actually power cleans, which require just power off the ground too. 42 power cleans, 36 power cleans, math is hard, at 185. When I tested this, Rick, for me, the shoulder overhead was a break. It was a break from the hinging movement. So I was like, all right. I took a deep breath, did that clean right into the jerk. But that was, and it's also strength. Shoulder to overhead is something I'm pretty good at, but that was where I was like, okay, cool. Those feel okay. Man, I got to get back to these deadlifts. This is pretty gross. It's one of those workouts where you win the first round, you're likely not winning the event. This is trappy as trappy gets. And unbroken deadlifts versus breaking those deadlifts up, that comes into consideration. It's all about, for me, it was like heart rate management because the heart rate got really high. And it's going to be about lower back management. And this will be done likely after we do all the sandbag cleans the day before. So we will already have
Correct.
pulled off the floor
Yep.
from a weird deficit position from the sandbag clean. So there's going to be some
25
fatigue
times.
baked in.
Yeah. Lots of
Stuff
practice.
to keep in mind as we do this. But I like it I like a heavy barbell test. I I don't have complaints about this. It's heavy. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard at this stage of the competition. But hey, if we think about the open being so much cardio base,
Correct.
and we think about quarterfinals actually not being quite heavy enough or quite complex enough, now we have a barbell to round out these 3 tests that's heavy enough to make a big difference.
Yeah.
Okay, I can take it for that.
Sometimes Legends has caught the rap of being too heavy. But I was going to say that, but your point makes sense in that we have been expecting, I'm not asking for it right now, but we
Yeah.
have been expecting a heavier test and
Yeah.
everybody has screamed online, where's the heaviness to the first 2 stages?
Yeah.
25 sandbag cleans at 150 is not easy. Okay. For the majority of semifinal athletes out there, you are semifinals, so a lot is expected, but that's a lot of work. This is a heavy barbell.
Mhm.
At 35 to 39, they're 205. Now they'll move it, but it's a big field. There's going to be some ladies and gentlemen that are not most comfortable at 205 and 155. Very, very
Yes.
clean. So there's your
Yeah,
heavy barbell.
heavy barbell, and you essentially, if you treat it as an every 2 minute situation, you can hit the time, you can stay under the time cap. So good luck. They actually released those numbers, the weights yesterday. There was some feedback, and they've adjusted a little bit. I'm grateful they haven't adjusted my age group. I like the numbers where they're at, but they have made some adjustments I think probably are appropriate. So event four, talk about that. And they've got event four, and then the last is the final event. So there may only be 5 events out there, which is okay. So 5 rounds for time for event four. 8 bar muscle ups, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 overhead squats. So each round, the overhead squats have more reps, and then a 50-foot handstand walk. So what this is going to look like is 8 bar muscle ups, 4 overhead squats, 50-foot handstand walk. 8 bar muscle ups, 6 overhead squats, 50-foot handstand walk. 8, 8, 50, 8, 10, 50, 8, 12, 50. All right. The barbell is 185 for the elites, the indie. 35, 39 is at 165. 40 to 44 is at 165. 45, 49, 50, 54, all at 155 pounds. Ladies, 135, 115, 115. 45, 49, ladies are at 115, even though the men get a discount, the ladies don't there. I bet that's a typo. And then 50 to 54 is 155, 105. The other thing that changes, the 45 plus has 6 bar muscle ups for men, 6 bar muscle ups for ladies. Yeah, that's fine. 6 bar, 50, 54, 6 bar muscle ups for men and women.
Where are the other age groups? I'm
I
just
don't know,
looking.
Rick. There's just no other age groups. They just decided, like,
It it just says age groups participating. Okay, so this if you are older than 54,
you may not get this.
you may not get this. So that means you have 4 events? That's interesting.
This is what it appears to be. That does sound peculiar, but it
Correct.
does say age groups participating.
Uh-huh. Folks, Jason and I are going through this and thinking out
This is
loud.
live.
So
Yeah, we are
please,
perplexed. I cannot imagine traveling and having only 4 events. If I
more
was
events.
55 and not doing this event, I
Yep.
would be
Yep.
frustrated. I'd be really
Correct.
upset. So maybe they have something else in store. We can't jump to conclusions. We don't know, but what it
Correct.
looks like is this. Hopefully, it's
So
not this.
there's with 50-foot handstand walk, I'm assuming it'll be 25 down and 25 back, given the length of the floor. Maybe you get 50 feet. You remember the fairgrounds are it's a long, can be a very long
Yeah.
competition floor. 6 bar muscle ups and the overhead squats, 155 for your age group. Try to think of an equivalent workout that we've done recently with 150
Think about this is really reminiscent of the games workout in Columbus, where we had
last year.
6 ring muscle ups,
Correct.
9 overhead squats, and then box jump overs.
Was correct. And your weight was 155. Ours was 125,
My weight
right?
was 145. Yours was 125
125. Okay.
last year.
All right.
Those weights are significantly heavier with this workout.
Mm-hmm.
So think about that one. That was 9 times 5. That's 45 reps. This is 22, 30, 40 reps. So a couple less reps. This workout is,
Ooh,
this is what
shoulders.
I think this is what happened. I think they wanted a workout like this out at the games. I think they wanted ring muscle ups, overhead squats, and handstand walk, but they realized they
Right.
don't have enough space for that. So they made it tall
Yeah.
box jump overs. They tried to make it really hard.
Yeah.
And then they realized tall box jump overs were going to kill people. So they made it regular box jump overs.
Exactly.
And then they were like, okay, out here, well, they don't have rings. So they're going to create this version of the workout, which is what they actually wanted to do at the games. Because I think this is really interesting.
Yes.
And while
This is a tough workout.
this is super tough. And it is like, look, Rick, you can do bar muscle ups all day.
Correct.
You can walk on your
That's not
hands.
my problem.
You can do overhead squats, but I'll just say I tested this today. I tested all the way through the 4th round. So I did 10 overhead squats, and then I did the handstand walk. I didn't do the last round. Wanted to feel it. This is 1000% shoulder endurance. That's all this is.
Absolutely.
The
Pulling
bar
that
muscle ups,
bar
it is,
overhead
yeah,
into a handstand walk. And
into the
you're good
handstand.
on
And
your
then
hands. But
and
not
then
everybody
even the
else
bar
is.
muscle ups are not. There's nothing about the bar muscle up that is taxing your core. It's just not enough. It's 6 bar muscle ups. The press out on the top, and I have very little press out. That teeny little press out, boom. So, I mean, triceps on fire. I come off of that and I walk up to the barbell. I'm like, oh baby, this is going to be interesting. And the first set of 4 overhead squats, no big deal. The set of 6, you start to feel it in your shoulders. Set of 8 is really spicy on your shoulders, and the set of 10 was like the set of 10 and 12 is where people are going to break down on the overhead squat. You're going to see barbells come down, fails there. The handstand walk, Rick, I can walk on my hands all day, but this workout has 250 feet of fatigued handstand walking, which, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love, because handstand walking is not a skill to be tested anymore. That's not what it is. It's handstand walk, either speed, which is always fun, because everyone can walk on their hands. Now it has to be for speed or for like capacity. Like, how long can you walk on your hands?
Correct. Yeah.
Because
Skill.
just getting across 25
Yeah.
feet, like that, there's nothing special about that in 2026. But going 250 feet and having all of this before it, that last, after the set of 10, that handstand walk, I felt my shoulders light up, and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely not doing the last round. And I knew I wasn't planning on it, but it was the thought of going back to the bar muscle ups and then doing another set of even more overhead squats after 4 rounds was like, okay, that last round is going to slow down to molasses.
Question for you, because I don't see it here on Competition Corner. Is there a time cap?
There is a time cap. I believe this time cap is 10 minutes. Let me go over to.
What? 10 minutes?
No, I'm pretty sure it is 10 minutes, Rick.
Okay.
I wish I was joking. Let me just look up. I
Come
love
on,
that you laugh. I
legends.
think we all laughed when we saw that.
Come
Like,
on,
okay,
legend. Oh, they're just
it is a 10-minute
just
time cap, Rick.
okay. All right.
It's
Well,
doable. The 10-minute time cap is doable.
it's doable for a handful of athletes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's doable.
Look at
If you think about the
the
elites,
field.
the elites will absolutely be able to go under the time cap.
Correct. Right.
And again, the test here is not the skill of the bar muscle up. It's not the skill of the overhead squat. It's really the endurance on the shoulders for all of it. Can you do these handstand walks without taking huge breaks? Can you do 10 and 12 overhead squats with that huge amount of shoulder fatigue? It's significant.
Yes.
And again, you're not super fresh here. You've already done that skier double under stuff the day before. You've done sandbag cleans. Depending on the order of events, you've either already lifted a heavy barbell or you're going to lift a heavy barbell. Everything complicates each other on this, Rick. And we have high skill here. We have, well, actually, let's call this all high skill. Bar muscle ups would be a high skill. This length of handstand walking would be high skill. And this amount of overhead squats with that weight is a high skill, right? We wouldn't see something like this in the open. It's just way too heavy.
Correct.
Now, we have seen something like this in semifinals. If people are mad about this weight, let's just go back to 2020 semifinals in affiliate, where you had 15 chest to bar pull-ups, 10 overhead squats at 95. And then you went back to chest bar for 15 and 10 overhead squats at 135. Then you went back for chest to bar, then 10 overhead squats at 185. And you went back to chest to bar and you finished with 10 overhead squats at 225. That was in affiliate semifinals.
Some people finished
45 and under.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
exactly.
you were probably 185 finishing that one off?
No. I was in that age group where
You were there.
I could
Yeah.
put the 225 on my back. I could stand it up, and I could not get an overhead squat
It
at
was
225.
enormously
Yeah.
heavy. Like, there was
Yeah.
no snatching it, obviously. Rick, on that one, I gambled. I went through everything unbroken, even that last set at 225, and I failed my 10th rep. And then it took me 2 minutes to be able to clean a barbell to my shoulders, get it overhead to do
Pop
one
it.
rep. I missed multiple cleans because I flew too close to the sun. I was stupid. That was insane.
So you're right.
We've done heavy.
that was coming from HQ. This is coming from, a private group. So they're not afraid to go heavy. There will probably be some community squawking, but if we don't squawk, is it really an event?
I know. Well, there's the two parts to it. The one is there's the entertainment value in complaining with your friends and being in groups and be like, this is insane, this is crazy. And then there's the other part where you're like, this is CrossFit, this is the known and the unknowable. The reason we train the way we train is to be ready for stuff like this. Like, Rick, if you've been following our programming, For the last 5 weeks of this cycle, we have been doing high rep, heavy overhead squats. When I saw this workout come out, I'm like, dude, we've been doing this. We're set. I haven't, I mean, we got lucky, but I had noticed an imbalance. We hadn't done a lot of heavier overhead squats. So we were doing overhead squats in sets of 6, 7, 8 at high percentages. And they were very hard on our Fridays, Mondays, Fridays, Fridays. And I remember
Fridays.
multiple Fridays thinking, I just would like to skip this. But I wrote it. I can't skip it. I'm the guy that
Right.
says follow the recipe. So I got to do the work. I don't care what everyone else, I'm doing it. And then I see a workout like this. I'm like, okay, well, 155 is not a big deal compared to the training.
What
and
you
that's
had been doing.
why we have this broad training. That's why we all do this, so that whatever is thrown at us, well, we can still have fun
We could do
complaining.
it.
It's fine. It's still fun to
Yes. People will.
have fun with your friends. Yeah.
And then the final workout, all we have right now at the time of this recording is for time to be announced before athlete check-in. Time cap is to be announced, and age groups participating all. So as of now, we know of 5 events if you're 54 and under, 4 events if you're 55 and older, which is interesting.
Very interesting. We'll have to see how that
And
actually shakes out and have some feedback about that on Monday. That's for sure.
that at this point, I don't think they're making mistakes, right? Yep. If you switch age groups on Competition Corner and you go up in an age group like 55 to 59, you're only
it's
getting
just not there.
4 events listed. So,
Well, I guess that's that.
Well, yeah.
That would be feedback. I think
Yeah.
there was going to be plenty of feedback about that. I think we could be clear that feedback around that is like, that's a bummer.
One last story for you here. I wish you luck. Obviously, you and I, we share a lot of these stories back and forth, both publicly and privately. I will not be out there, but I will be following however I can. I wish you luck. And I just want to say, like last night, I went and watched an event from at Del Mar, the one that you programmed for training on Saturday, and just the environment, the atmosphere. Now I watched the men's final heat. Josh Bridges and Marcus Philly and
So good.
Dan Bailey.
This was 104 wall balls, 52
wall ball
pull-ups.
Correct. One
Crazy.
break for Josh Bridges.
Man,
It was.
I can't tell you how
really
badly
cool atmosphere out there.
I wanted to test that so bad, but these workouts came out on last Friday. So I went in Saturday. I was like, I need to test some of these workouts. I can't throw up, 100 wall balls and 52 pull-ups. I was just really curious. I wanted to see how I would do. That's why I put it there. I didn't think we would get the workouts a week in advance, or at least some of the workouts a week in advance, but we got them, and you just got to test them. So you know me, Rick, I hate deviating from a plan. I hate it more than anything. Even going in to test 2 workouts today with actual weights, all I wanted to do was the standard training, but it's just get through this week, get back to training, deload week, and then training for the games, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
So good luck to you, my friend.
Thank you.
Next time we talk publicly, we'll have a good debrief from you and maybe some others on
that would be
the
great.
Legends Del Mar CrossFit semifinal.
Yep. Sounds like good. Sounds like good. Wow. I'm just going to leave that in there. I'm not even going to edit that out. Sounds like good, Rick. Take luck. All right, man. We'll see you next time.
All the best, my friend.
They say performance has an expiration date. But what if they're wrong? No matter where you start, the goal's the same: to be better, stronger, wiser, bolder. We're here for the relentless, those that don't back down, don't compromise, and don't quit. This is training for Masters athletes by Masters athletes, with a community that holds you steady. So say goodbye to random workouts, because whether you're stepping into following a program for the first time or stepping onto the podium, your journey starts here.
Thanks for tuning in to the Masters in Motion podcast. We'd be so grateful if you could take a moment to leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or your preferred podcast app. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us reach more listeners and grow our Masters community. Until next time, get bolder, not older.